Before we get into it, I need you to sit with this. Not scroll, not multitask, but sit. Because if you don't, this episode is going to go in one ear and then slide straight out of whatever wound made you forget who you were. This isn't just a conversation. This is a confession, right? This is a mirror held up to the face of your programming. And I'm not here to entertain you, right? I'm here to unbind you, to break you away from the limits that you thought defined you. Because you've been living like the echo of someone else, right? Someone else's will, actually. You've been saying yes with your spirit literally screaming no. Convincing yourself you chose it, right? But what if I told you it was just a suggestion? What if you were never the one in control? And what if your dreams were borrowed? What if your ambition was outsourced? And your voice was mocking the last voice that fed you attention? This episode is about 3 spirits. One is called suggestion, the snake who slips into your spine and moves your limbs for you. One is called opportunity, the baddest trick in the club, sleeping with everybody and somehow making you believe you're her favorite. Yeah. And the third, this one, the one you think you love the most. This one's money. And baby, listen, she don't love you back. She don't love you back. She don't even belong to you, right? She belongs to movement, to boldness, to clarity, not to need, not to desperation, and not to chains. But listen, this isn't your typical breakdown. I ain't coming from no business school, right? I'm coming from the void, from the place inside you that's still echoing, for the part of you that's still asking, when the fuck did I become background music in my own story? Today, we steal the pen back. We just snatch it. We stop being the suggestion. We stop chasing her. And we start becoming the script. Not writing the script, becoming the script. Because you're in it. And you choose it with every movement, every piece of presence that you have, every now moment. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another podcast episode. My name is Jaivia Monea, the host of the Echoes of the Void podcast, where I help you explore spirituality from all aspects, recognize your potential, and energize your passion to align with your highest self. Segment 1, the suggestion spell. Have you ever found yourself doing something and you don't even know why? You said yes, but deep down your bones whispered no. That's not confusion. That's not indecisiveness. That's suggestion. A spell cast in like casual conversation, a hex disguised as help. Suggestion ain't loud. No, like she don't knock. She slips through lips like silk soaked in venom. Y'all need to hear the poem Gossip by Jaivia Adams. He's a great guy. She moves like water, like air, like warmth in a cold room. You know? She don't tell you what to do. She lets you convince yourself that doing it was your idea. That's the danger. Not control, not chains, not illusions of choice. Because when you feel like you chose it, you don't question it. You won't sit with it. You won't realize that your hands are moving, but it ain't your will that is pulling those strings. How many times have you compromised and called it compassion? How many times have you adapted and called it alignment? How many times have you said, that's just how I am, when deep down you knew that ain't how you came into the world? This world doesn't break you with violence anymore. It breaks you with suggestion. Like, be nice, be flexible, be quiet, be humble. Like, they don't even ask. They don't ask no questions. They just suggest and then wait for you to dim your light so that theirs can shine. And the part that hurts the most is when they clap for you after. They congratulate your silence, your dimmingness. They like, repost, double tap on the edited version of you. And then you confuse that applause for love. But let's transcend that. A suggestion is a seed. It doesn't look dangerous, but if you let it grow without checking its roots, you'll wake up living life made from someone else's fear, someone else's guilt, someone else's need for you to stay small. You ever wonder why we feel tired after doing things we thought we wanted? That's not burnout. That's misalignment. That's your soul dragging its feet because your body signed a contract you never agreed to. We looked around, saw everyone else in armor, and then thought, I guess I'm supposed to suit up too. And then we just thought we was God's warriors. This ain't our war. That ain't your name on the sword. That ain't even our battle cry. We were born wild. We were born unfiltered. We were born with a voice that cracked the veil. Unveiling Echoes, VerbKulture, next month from the 17th through the 19th. Yeah, make sure y'all check that out. We're in DFW. I will put the link below. But you were born wild. You were born unfiltered. You were born with a voice that cracked the veil. And they suggested that you be soft. They suggested you be palatable. They suggested you be normal. But fuck normal. Who told you what straight was? Who told you what good was? What success is? What love is? Because if it was all suggestion, then none of it was true. And if it wasn't truth, then why would you still carry it? Segment 2. Opportunity is a hoe. And you still love her. You don't want to admit it. Because she's wild. Because she don't belong to nobody. Because every time you see her, she was somebody else. Somebody new. And somehow you still want her back. She's for everyone. She'll show up in your bed, then leave you before sunrise to go be in someone else's living room. She'll flirt with you one night, whisper ideas in your ear, right? Get you high on potential, then vanish. Then here you are, right? Writing poetry about her, building empires for her, breaking your back to be ready for her while she's already in someone else's hands. But listen, don't hate her though, right? Don't shame her. Don't try to domesticate her. Opportunity is sacred in her slut phase. She's supposed to touch everybody. She's supposed to be passed around. Opportunity doesn't choose, she reveals. You ever seen her show up in your life and you just sat there, didn't speak, you ain't move? You thought, maybe next time. You assumed she'd wait for you. But nah. Opportunity doesn't wait. She moves like wind, like rhythm, like divine disrespect. She's not loyal to those who want her. She's loyal to those who move when she moves. The ones who don't flinch. The ones who say yes with their actions and not just their mouth. But let me go deeper. Opportunity ain't just out here moving wild for the fun of it. She's testing alignment. She's frequency checker. She's like, okay, where you at? Oh, you're not ready. Okay. She don't care about your resume. She don't care about your prayers. She don't care about how bad you need it. She only cares about one thing. Are you in motion? Opportunity doesn't marry stillness. She ain't settling down with potential. She wants action. She wants presence. She wants preparation. You don't need to get ready for opportunity, right? She was already in the room. She sat across from you during the conversation that you almost had? Why you missing out on opportunity? Yeah, she a hoe, but like, shit, she can be your hoe. And next thing you know, you can pimp her out. You feel what I'm saying? She knocked on the door when you ignored that weird little idea that wouldn't leave your spirit. She sat down next to you at night when you had that business plan. That business plan you still ain't did. I need you to do it. Now's the time. Right? You keep telling yourself it's not the right time. I'm here to tell you, just from you listening right here, right now, it's your time. It's the time for you to go ahead and get it done. Opportunity don't believe in the right time. Opportunity believes in rhythm. She believes in boldness. She believes in the ones who say yes before they're even fully sure. Because opportunity knows you'll never be sure. As a matter of fact, you'll never be ready. You'll always have doubt. You'll always want a sign. But she doesn't speak in signs. She speaks in presence. Don't be mad when you see her blissing somebody you don't even respect. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's her style. She don't care about your opinions. She not loyal to ego. Opportunity, she's loyal to the ones who show up. She gave them a shot. They took it. You had one. Why did you fumble it? It's not even about why you fumbled it. Don't fumble another one. And it ain't jealousy. It's a wake-up call. And that's the punchline. The one no one wants to say. You have had threesomes with opportunity and regret more times than you can count. You let the moment slip and watched her walk out the room. And then regret came in, laid beside you and whispered, that could have been you. So now, what you gonna do? Don't try to own her. Don't try to chase her. Just be ready to dance when she spins your direction again. Because when she chooses you, you better fucking move. Segment 3. Money is a movement, not a mistress. You ever held $1 like it was your last breath? Like stared at your bank account, right? You stared at it like it was a jury. Waited on payday like it was salvation. Like it just could save you. Let me tell you something. You already know, but been too scared to speak. Money don't love you. She never did. But that don't mean she's your enemy. It means she's a force, a frequency, a storm. And you don't beg storms to stay. You learn how to move with it. Money is not your mistress. She's a movement. And if you try to hold her too long, she'll rot in your hands. If you chase her too hard, she'll slip through your fingers like sweat from fear. She doesn't like depression. She doesn't like obsession. She doesn't need your worship. She doesn't care about your trauma. She respects rhythm. That's what she respects. Money wants to be moved. She likes to flow. She likes to go into food that nourishes. She likes so much. She wants to go into ideas that awaken. She wants to be spent like prayer with purpose. Don't hold her like trauma. Stacking just to feel safe. Gripping just to feel worthy. And that's when she starts acting funny. That's when she leaves without warning. That's when she shows up in someone else's pocket and blesses them right while you're stuck in fear. Let me say this clear. Money likes people who like themselves. Because if you love yourself, you spend with intention, you invest in vision, you sow into soil that doesn't just look good, it actually grows. But if you hate yourself, you'll throw her at distractions. You'll spend her on flexes, on silence, on masks, and then blame her for disappearing when all she did was reflect what you value. Money is a mirror. And baby, some of us looking into that mirror and only seeing lack. but lack is a lie. Scarcity is a spell. And the real flex isn't in stacking to feel important. It's in letting money touch the world through you. Right? You better pimp opportunity out. Go pimp opportunity out. You don't chase money. You align with money. You become the current that attracts the current. Yeah. You don't beg a river to come. You become a valley so wide, so ready, that water can't resist flowing to you. Yeah. You ever notice how fast money moves when you stop needing it to define you? How she shows up when you're doing the thing that you love? That's because money don't move for victims. She moves for vision. And that's why some people stay broke, not because they're cursed, but because they still see money as a mistress that they don't deserve. Instead of a dance partner they haven't learned the rhythm for. So let's be real. Stop throwing her at trauma. Stop giving her to brands that don't love you. Stop that. Stop exchanging her for approval. Fuck approval. Start planting her in things that grow. Start letting her breathe. Start trusting that when you flow, she flows. Money is not stability. You are the stability. She just follows the vibe. And if your vibe is fear, she will run away. But if your vibe is knowing, if your frequency is purpose, if your posture is peace, she'll orbit you like gravity. Not because she loves you, but because you finally stopped trying to possess her. And you learned how to partner with her. Segment 3. You ain't the main character if you still obeying scripts. Ever look around your life and realize you're not the star of your own show, your own movie, your own story? You got top billing, but no agency. You posted like a main character, but make decisions like an extra. See, you think you being loud is leadership. You think posting quotes is power, right? We think occupying space means you own the space. But we still ain't writing the script. You're just a well-dressed puppet in good lighting. Let me tell you something ugly but honest. You ain't the main character if you still obeying suggestions. You ain't the main character if you still scared to lose applause. You ain't the main character if your identity folds every time someone unfollows. The main character don't ask for permission. The main character walks into the frame like the whole film was waiting for them. But most of us, we're reciting lines we didn't even write, right? We're dressing like trends because we were told to, right? Suggestions told us to. Chasing money the way someone else showed you. You're healing the way Instagram told you. And then every now and then you hear the real you knocking. That ain't main character energy. You the main character in your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That survival posting is confidence. A real main character goes silent before they perform. They are the scene. They don't chase moments, they make them. You're still rehearsing in the mirror, hoping to get everything right before you move. When you're the main character, who cares? We are still editing ourselves to fit the room we are not the main character of. Because the main character doesn't adjust to the room adjusts to the main character. So ask yourself, right now, in this now moment, whose story am I inside of? Right? Whose values, whose fears, whose definitions of success, whose ideas of love, whose tempo am I walking to? Because if it ain't yours, then what are you even doing here? You're not alive to be agreeable. That's not why you're here. You're not here to be a beautiful wallpaper in someone else's palace. You're not divine just to act digestible. You are the plot twist, the generation breaker, the genre breaker. We can't even put you in a genre, you so-called. You know what I'm saying? You are the god of your own gravity, your own identity, your own persons, right? You don't need to keep playing humble when you were born to disrupt. Shake the room. So say it with me. I release the script. I burn the stage. I quit the cast. Yeah. And I rewrite this shit in my own voice, on my own terms, with no credits but my own. All right, y'all, it's time for a song. We living in the moment, interluding to our peace, not pieces.
Not leases, just a beach, the sand, our feet. Yes, the moonlight shining in the distance. Rather see the sunlight on your skin. Rather see the mountains raise your winds. Rather be right here. Let's rewrite experience. Embracing delirious, furious. Wishing they could register the variant. Scared of it, controlling atriums. Choosing to rescue them. Let go of struggle and share some love. You see us, you see the hugs. You see us, you see the love.
Love. Here's the conclusion. So now you know. Now you see. Now you remember what you thought was yours. Yeah, that was never truly yours. The suggestion, the seduction of opportunity, the mirage of money, they were never the problem. It was the forgetting. Forgetting that you are the script. You are the lines. You are the purpose behind every scene. And it's all something that you get to decide too. So that's wonderful. From this now moment on, you don't ask for the pen. You don't wait to be cast. You don't chase her, whatever her is for you. Whether it's that whole opportunity or that whole money. You don't chase that. You let her come to you. You don't need to be picked. You write. You choose. You move. Let the world keep suggesting. Let the opportunity keep dancing in circles. Let money keep, switching hands. That's for you. You move like thunder that remembers its source. You speak like the silence dressed in fire. You wake up. You wake up as the void itself. No more background roles. No more worshiping the tools. No more apologizing for your script. You are the echo that wrote the first sound. You are the origin. You are the last word. So until next time, embrace the void.